Mi yo de
It's as if I was high five to my previous me, my me from the past. So it's a great honor to have you both with us. You, Aina, come from the Congress directly. I do know that you came literally running to the Congress, so thank you very much for having taking the time to be with us. Rita, I'm going to introduce you as you deserve right now. So you are representing Más Madrid in the campaign of the municipal elections, and you gave your best while defending a city, a different model than the People's Party defends, for a just Madrid, for a good access to housing. So thank you very much for all your efforts. As we say in this social summit, the floor is yours. So a big round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, Rita. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. Welcome to the Greens, to the members of the Green Party. I see lots of familiar faces and lots of people that I don't have the opportunity of knowing directly, but I feel part of the same spirit, of the same movement, of the same group that is fighting in every part of the continent, of the Parliament, of the European Parliament, to defend the right to life, the right to future. So welcome to Madrid, a capital of a country in which this time and democratically since 2 months ago, we have said no to denial. We have said no to fascism. And we have made it possible for Madrid not to go to the dark side. So welcome to Madrid, a city of progress. Thank you very much. This is a space called Voices, I think, inspiring voices. We speak about inspiration, and it's difficult to inspire at 2:30 in the afternoon. But let's speak about inspiration. The first thing that I wanted to say is that someone that has been extremely inspiring for me, and I want to thank, is someone that I know very well, Inés Sabanés, that has been one of the voices of ECO, and she has been a great woman that has defended very bravely the different policies. So a big round of applause to this inspiration for Más Madrid and for Madrid, for the city of Madrid. And I would like to speak as well about our power force. I am the speaker, the voice in Más Madrid, and we presented to the elections in the community, and we were the leaders of the oppositions for the policy of Madrid. And as we were the leaders of the oppositions in a city with so many citizens, does not come with non-effort. We are young. 4 years ago when we started, we were told that we were going nowhere, that there wasn't space for us, that there wasn't space in Madrid for a little force like us, a little political parties. For example, the surveys wouldn't place us in the same place in which we are now. We were speaking about green policies, and some people told us, this is impossible, this is unfeasible in Spain and in Madrid, but this can happen. There is place for a green policy that combines all the forces and that defends the rights of each person and that fights against this dialogue, urban dialogue. And this is a force, Más Madrid, that has been fighting against deforestation, about the policies of the city center, that fights for sustainable mobility and fight for the distribution, the equal distribution of wealth. We have kept fighting in the little things and the big things. And after 4 years, we can say that we have a space and that sooner than later in Madrid, we will have green parties in the front line to see the change that we want to see in our cities and in our country. And it's not by chance that the far right, the extreme right, has chosen its two black beasts in the Congress with the deputies, in the places in which everyone is doing politics. It's called feminism. It's called green movement. The right parties are focusing in the two revolutionary movements, which are the green movement and feminism. And they have placed us in this place because we are this movement. We have been born thanks to this movement, this transformational social movement. And the right parties have one only speech: denial. They deny inequalities between men and women. They speak about religion. They speak about climate religion, but it's not about what we think. It's all about understanding the data that we see in our everyday lives. And I wrap up. As in every revolutionary movement, we understand that we have the duty of denouncing, of raising awareness, and we want to create horizons, alternatives, the different lines that define our state and take us to collapse, create despair. And from despair, we cannot create anything. We want to raise awareness, yes, of course, but there are some people that already know, that already look what's happening and then understand that our duty is to generate an horizon of hope and of transformation. And this is a fight that is much more difficult because denouncing what happens regarding the material consequences that we're living is that we have to create an alternative reality. And this is our main focus, our cornerstone as feminist and as green movement. We have to offer citizens something more than create your own path, because we will have a future. This is the task that we want to create, cooperating, learning from each other, and demonstrating that the feminist movement as the green movement is in the wave of revolutionary transformation of our future. There is just one future if we fight together, and this is a future that will be progressive, just, and feminism in Europe, in Spain, in our cities. Thank you very much. Well, thank you very much, Rita. We couldn't have started better this afternoon, this Green Social Summit. So those of you that weren't quite awake, you're already awake, and that's for sure. Let's start now with Aina Vidal. Aina Vidal is comes from Sumar in the Congress, and you are never bored. You are always doing something. You started thanks to the unions, thanks to this ecological policy, these green policies that makes so much sense for us. So the floor is yours. First of all, thank you very much. I don't know you very well, some of you, but I feel at home. I started creating policy and being in politics because green policies were close to my heart. And my approach, the way in which I feel comfortable is working in the collective fights, because we can boost there, we can create a boost. While I was in university, I was in a union, and then I was in a union as well when I started working at the age of 16. And whenever I could, whenever I I had the means to do so, I entered a political party that was feminist, that was left-wing, and that was ecological. I grew in this area, in the different youth councils that I recommend to everyone, because this is a very strange moment of the we are living in strange times in which everything is different. We have new opportunities. Thank you for creating this space in which we can create dialogues, because we are living complex times and we are living crisis after crisis. This is just not a climate crisis. This is a housing crisis, a salary crisis, job crisis. We're living in inflation, and undoubtedly this is all interconnected. I was saying that I was on a rush because finally we have voted no against a conservative party that has been cheating and spreading lies. And if we had voted yes, we would be in a different situation. Luckily, in the elections, we had a majority that was not denying the political and ecological change. And it is true that climate change exists, but we need to understand that we need resources to keep boosting the policies that we are proposing. Rita was saying that you're in the capital of a country in which we're very near, very close to becoming a desert, a drought desert. And ecological transition is interesting and important. I come from Barcelona, in the Mediterranean coast, an area in which climate change is advancing at a great speed, even 20% higher. A city that during 8 years has been leading the fight against climate change and that has been proposing revolutionary methods, as for example, the super islands, in which there are no cars and in which we have been living a change. This is a city that will miss in the next 4 years these brave policies, these spaces for the neighbors, and we will recover these policies. We will. We need to gather together for the European elections to understand that this will be the climate elections. Our party is operating in a logics of municipality, and we have in mind 2027 already. I would like to wrap up just a couple of ideas that are very simple, but I want to provoke you in some way, and I want to give you some ideas, some food for thought. The first idea is all about my understanding of what is an ecological party, a green party. We understood that feminism needs to be non-racist, and it's not possible to have feminism without non-racist parties. And it's important to understand that green parties needs to be left-wing. It has to have a profound sense of social policies, and this is the principle with which I grew, and we need to be inspired by it. It's all about interconnecting different realities, headquarters, city center, outskirts of the city, and linking all those areas that are important for our lives, housing, jobs, and that need to create in this complex situation in which we are working. The second idea has to go with the ecological transition. I think that the ecological transition needs to be just, and when I'm speaking about just, I am speaking about workers of this country. When we speak about our our land, our enterprises, we forget about something. We forget about the fact that crisis generates pessimism. People have a lack of will, of hope. And this is what people are living right now. It is clear that young people are the ones that suffer the most and that have less opportunities to participate, to take part in the political atmosphere. And if we are not capable of offering a green policy that works for the public, we will be seen as a problem. And this is something that we cannot tolerate. We have to give hope. We have to give future. We need to combine all of these arguments, but because it has to do with concrete policies about industrial transition. And we need to create a profound dialogue, as I see it. And the third idea that I wanted to let you know about, the United Nations has helped the different countries, and from European countries and non-European. It's all about climate agreement. We created a door in which we could understand how to organize the different companies, and climate rights represent a big opportunity. It's all about creating opportunities that have to do with the green policies, with climate, and the different air that we breathe in our countries. It has to do with the right of not becoming ill people, and it's linked to the responsibilities that our states have. They have to guarantee that we don't feel ill because of the air we breathe, and it has to do with understanding that the next European elections are the climate elections. Therefore, I would like to give you with this 3 points, this food for thought. Ecological transition needs to be just, and I want to underline that we need to have all the workers included in this debate. And we need to create new rights that until the moment have not been possible to create. And I would like to give you hope, give you energy. And from Barcelona, from Madrid, from everywhere, we are creating a movement in order for it to be part of our day-to-day lives. Climate change needs to be approached from a social and just point of view. And this is the only way to keep on going. For us, it's impossible to give up, and we will opt for the future. And this is Thinking Green. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Aina. I loved your speech due to many reasons. One of them is that you have been able to let us know about all of these little things that we are doing, and that you are representing what everyone is doing in the party. And you gave us an appetizer about how to do green policy in our country. So thank you so much. We will have Ada Colau tomorrow as well. And I invite you to take part in these discussions, the dialogues that we will be having also tomorrow. Thank you very much.
Well, after these speakers, I think that we started in an extremely insightful manner. Let's introduce someone that you may know, someone who really wanted to be